You're watching E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, this is Rob, this is E.T.N, and you're watching the weekly entertainment wrap-up. So we're going to start off with Avengers Age of Ultron, which is coming out in a couple of months, and director Joss Whedon, in an article with Yahoo, discussed about how unhinged the finale of the movie is. Without any spoilers included, he mentioned about how the ending of this movie would have a slew of repercussions as well as a slew of Ultrons, which we pretty much all figured out by seeing the trailer. He also discussed how the film would have many different movie genres and discussed how he wanted to go even deeper with the characters than he did with the first movie. There's even a rumor that there may possibly be a Black Widow and Hulk romance. I gotta tell you though, at this point now, I just want to see the damn movie already. I mean, it's May 1st, it's coming out, it's a couple of months away, so we'll see how this all gels together based on everything we've heard up to this point and everything we've seen. Now on to Star Wars, where you can notch another rumor badge on the hype train for this movie. So it seems that the latest rumor is there is going to be, I should say, a flashback in a Star Wars movie, something that we haven't seen before. And the rumor is that unknown actor Robert Bolter has been cast as a younger version of Luke Skywalker, and he will be included in this flashback scene. Now, we don't exactly know if this is true, we don't know how it's going to happen, we're still months away from this movie, but it seems like we have constantly, almost every week, have gotten some sort of rumor regarding this movie. So we're like, what, 9 months away before we finally find out whether or not any of the stuff that we've heard over the course of the last 6 months holds any water. So the CW is at it again, trying to strike lightning for the third time in the same place, this time with a Flash and Arrow universe-based show that's supposed to be a Team Hero mashup. Now, there's only rumors now, there's not a lot of details, but some of the stories we've heard is that Dr. Stein, one half of Firestorm, is going to be on the show along with Adam, Captain Cold. But the most interesting news about all this is the news of Katie Lotz being on this show. And for those of you who follow Arrow, obviously know that she plays Sarah Lance, aka Canary, who, spoiler alert, perished earlier this season. I believe it was episode 1 or episode 2. She got killed by a series of arrows, who we recently found out who did that. So a very, very interesting concept for CW. We'll see if it's successful for them. A lot of interesting characters in this mix. I mean, you have one half of Firestorm and probably the one half that is not as popular as the other half, Captain Cold, who we've only seen a handful of times, less than a handful of times on The Flash. Supposed to be one of his major villains. So we'll see how things develop, but I'm sure we'll be hearing more as the year continues. So now on to The Walking Dead. Yes, The Walking Dead, who in my opinion has had an up and down season so far, but has seemed to pick up steam in the last couple of weeks with the second half of the season. Now, we have recently learned about a week ago or so that they're going to have a 90-minute finale, but most recently, later on this week, Andrew Lincoln mentioned that, or pretty much all but confirmed, that we may be seeing Negan in the near future. So for those of you who are not familiar with the comic books, Negan is another major villain. I will not give away spoilers, but I will say that I think based on his popularity in the comic book, it was pretty much a sure shot that he's going to be on the show. I think the question now is whether or not we're going to see Negan during this 90-minute finale, or if we're going to see him at some point next season. Either way, The Walking Dead is definitely heading into very, very good territory, and it's going to be interesting to see how the writers handle this, how they deliver it, and just how closely they stay with the comic. We'll see. So the new Supergirl show is going to be bringing on some super veterans. Yes! Dean Cain and Helen Slater will be on the show. There's no detail to what characters they played, but for those of you who are unfamiliar, obviously Dean Cain played the Man of Steel on Lois and Clark, and Helen Slater was Supergirl in 1984, the titled movie Supergirl. So it'll be interesting to see how they incorporate these two actors into the show and just what characters they're going to play. But we've seen this happen before to some success. Obviously, The Flash, incorporating the original Flash from the 90s as Barry's father, and it'll be interesting to see if these two actually play the parents of Kara. So we'll see. I don't know, but interesting stuff. Interesting stuff. And finally, long live and prosper, were the iconic words spoken by Spock, played by actor Leonard Nimoy, who unfortunately died this past weekend at the age of 83. Nimoy died of a battle with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, And, you know, I gotta say that this gentleman was a sci-fi icon. I think everybody would agree. And, you know, I'm not a huge Star Trek fan. I never have been. I did not learn or begin to enjoy some of the things Nimoy did until about 9 or 10, when I learned that he played or voiced Galvatron in the 1986 Transformers movie. Obviously, later he voiced Sentinel Prime in Transformers Dark of the Moon, and also played William Bell, a character in one of my favorite TV shows of all time called The Fringe. If you want to see some pretty good work by Nimoy, please watch The Fringe. He's not on the show a whole lot, but he plays a centerpiece in the storyline, and they do show him a lot more later on as the seasons progress. But he will definitely be missed. Obviously, was one of the biggest reasons Star Trek was so successful throughout the years and throughout the decades. And yeah, it's definitely a sad thing. A lot of people are very, very sad. You know, and unfortunately, that's you know, this news that we don't want to hear. But you know, he left us with a lot of good memories. There's a lot of good content to see with Mr. Nimoy, and it's something that we have that could help us never forget who he is, never forget the work he's done, and never forget how he has inspired not only people like myself and you, but people in the industry to do some of the things they do today that we enjoy, that are entertainment related. And with that said, this is Rob signing off for E.T.N, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching E.T.N. Don't forget to comment, share, and subscribe. Join the nation's Facebook page to meet other subscribers, or visit E.T.N's Facebook page and Twitter page. Links for all are in the description.